Namaste, welcome to Gita's Kitchen. In today's video, I'll share with you 7 different veg side dishes for rice or roti, and this is especially good for diabetics, those who want to go on a weight loss diet too. And these I'll call them as curries, but some of them might be dry sabzi, some of them with gravy. So a dry one we refer to as curry, and the one with gravy we refer to as coot. So let's start. First recipe is a coot with this cluster beans or gavar phali in Hindi. I have washed it, trimmed the edges and chopped it into pieces. Take this chopped cluster beans in a pan. Add a little bit of water. Add a pinch of turmeric powder, pink salt. Cover it and cook it till done. Here I have 2 tablespoons of yellow moong dal, which I have pressure cooked for 3 whistles and kept it ready. Just take half a teaspoon of oil. Now we have to make a masala for this coot, and for that we'll take 1 dry red chili, about half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of jeera, and 2 teaspoons of urad dal and 1 teaspoon of chana dal. Add a teaspoon of coriander seeds. Stir fry all these spices and dals together. When it is well fried, transfer it to your blender jar, and when cool, we'll grind it into a paste. Before grinding, add half a teaspoon of tamarind paste, or if you have regular tamarind, just take a small, less than amla size, small piece of tamarind and grind it along with this. Now let's check the beans. It has cooked well. Add about 2 tablespoons of this cooked moong dal. Now our ground masala is also ready. We'll add that too. Mix it well together and allow everything to boil together for another 5 minutes, so that the raw smell of the tamarind will also go and all the masalas will get blended well with the vegetables. See, our coot, the cluster beans coot has been cooking well and the consistency is perfect. I can switch this off now. We just need to do the tadka or tempering. Just take half a teaspoon of oil, add some mustard seeds, a little bit of hing, a few fresh curry leaves, and finally some groundnuts, 1 or 2 tablespoons. Stir them well together till the groundnuts are well roasted. Now we'll pour this tempering on the cluster beans coot. Our cluster beans coot is ready. It is great for diabetics because it is rich in fiber and potassium, and it has got a low glycemic index and helps to regulate blood sugars. So definitely include cluster beans in your diet. Next we will use raw banana and make a dry sabzi known as Kovakai curry or raw banana curry. For this I have taken 1 raw banana, trimmed the edges, peeled, chopped and kept it in water. Now add the chopped bananas to a pan. Add some water. Add some haldi powder, and some pink salt. Allow this to cook till the bananas are done. Don't let them become very mushy. Just let it be cooked. This will cook quite fast. See, the raw banana is well cooked now. We'll switch this off. Heat a teaspoon of oil. Add mustard seeds. urad dal, some hing, curry leaves, next add this drained raw bananas, and gently toss them around in this tempering. We have already added the haldi and salt to it. We can switch it off. It is good as it is. Now taking coconut, many people have questions. Fresh coconut you can take in small quantities. So just I am adding about less than 1 teaspoon of fresh grated coconut to this. If you want to avoid coconut, you can avoid it also. Toss everything well together and raw banana curry or dry sabzi is ready. You can serve it with rice and a dal. This raw banana is another very great vegetable for people with diabetes because it has got resistant starch, low GI, that is low glycemic index, and also high in fiber. Next we will make Keerai Masial. Keerai refers to greens. You can use any green leafy vegetables available to you. Today I have used this totakura. I think it is called chaulai in Hindi. Other languages, please check out. You can use anything. You can use palak, amaranth, this totakura, any vegetable. Wash it, remove the roots, wash it very well and chop it like this. Now take this chopped greens in a pan. See, greens again very healthy for diabetics. It is good if you include greens as a dish every day also, apart from other vegetables, because again they are high in fiber, rich in calcium also. Just add a little bit of water. This is pink salt, just half a teaspoon, and we will cook it till it becomes soft. Take in 3 bunches of this size. Add a teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera to this while it is cooking. See, the greens has cooked well, it has absorbed most of the water. Now we'll switch it off and then we have to mash it very well with a masher like this. Transfer it to a smaller and deeper bowl so that it makes it easy to mash. If you don't have a masher, you can just pulse it in your mixie jar also, just for about 30 seconds. See, we have mashed it well. Now I am transferring it into my serving bowl. A very simple recipe. Absolutely, I can say it's a rustic recipe. All we have to do is the tempering for this masial. So we will just take about a teaspoon of oil, add some mustard seeds, urad dal, a little bit of cumin seeds, 1 dry red chili, and some hing. Now just pour this tempering on top of the Keerai Masial. I can really call this as a superfood packed with nutrients and excellent for diabetics. I remember having it nearly twice or thrice a week in my childhood too. It's so packed with nutrition and iron too. The next vegetable we are going to use is okra or bhindi or lady's finger, whichever way you call it. It is excellent for diabetics because it is high in fiber. It has got natural anti-diabetic properties, and many studies have shown how it reduces or controls the blood sugar levels also. It is rich in vitamin B6 and folate too. So let's see how to make this. Wash the bhindi, okra, lady's finger, whatever you call it. Wash it very well and drain. Then just wipe it well with a cloth. Somebody had asked me that their bhindis become very sticky, how to make it. So Always remember to wipe it well before chopping it. Trim the top and tail of the okra and we'll just cut it into small pieces like this. When you cut the lady's finger, always check to see if there are no insects inside. See that you have perfectly good quality. I prefer to use a heavy cast iron pan while making this. So I am just taking 2 teaspoons of oil. Add some mustard seeds. Urad that. A little bit of hing. I am using these hing crystals. I will give you the link in the description box. They add an awesome flavor. Few curry leaves. Next, add in the chopped okra and mix it all together. Next, add in turmeric powder and half a teaspoon of salt. See, be careful, bhindi will not take much salt. Bhindi, greens, all these vegetables use less salt because they will not take much of salt. Next, this is our homemade sambar powder. I am adding 1 teaspoon of that. If you don't have sambar powder, then instead you can add dhania powder and chili powder. Dhania powder is coriander seed powder and chili powder. Cover it and cook it on a medium flame till the vegetables are nearly done. Let's open and check it now. See, it is nearly done. It has roasted well. And finally, you can add either a spoon of rice flour or even you will have gram flour, that is besan, that also you can add. And mix it all well together. Spread it a little and just cook it for another 5 minutes more. Finally, just half a teaspoon of oil I am adding on top. So you see, in all our sabzis, all the side dishes, we are using very little oil for cooking, just the absolute minimum required. And see, the bhindi is also nice and separate. It is not sticking to each other. Allow it to get roasted for another 5 minutes and we can switch it off. See, our healthy bhindi sabzi is done and ready. Those who want to add onions can also chop an onion and add it in the beginning after the tempering and then add the bhindi to it. That way also it can be done. Now we are ready to serve this out. Our perfect bhindi sabzi side dish for diabetics especially. You can serve it with rice or with chapatis too. Next, we will be using a very highly recommended food especially for diabetics, and that is this Bottlegourd, also known as dudi or lauki, sorekai. We will make a gravy dish with this. I have used half of this, peeled and chopped it and kept ready. Also in this sabji, I will be adding this sprouted moong. See, lovely sprouts, homemade sprouts. Very nutritious. So I recommend that at least once or twice a week you make these moong sprouts and store them in a container in your fridge. You can eat them raw as salads or you can add them to any dish which you make and you will increase the nutrition. I have a small piece of ginger and 1 green chili. We will first crush that into a paste. Next, heat 1 tablespoon of oil in a pan. Add some mustard seeds, cumin seeds or jeera. Next, add this crushed ginger and green chili. I have chopped 1 large onion, kept it ready. Now saute all these ingredients for a couple of minutes. When the onions become translucent, add 1 ripe red tomato chopped and stir fry that also. Add some turmeric powder, pink salt. This is Kashmiri chili powder. Mix everything well together so that these spices also get cooked in this oil. You can add in about half a cup of this sprouted moong and this chopped bottlegourd or lauki. Add that too. Again, mix everything well together. Add about a cup of water. Cover it and cook it till the vegetable is done. Let's check our vegetable. See, the dal has cooked well, that is the moong beans have cooked well. The vegetable is also well cooked and it has reached the desired consistency because we want to keep it as a gravy kind of sabzi, which you can have both with roti, chapatis or with rice too. We can switch this off. Finally, top it up with some fresh coriander leaves. Our absolutely nutritious and tempting lauki, bottlegourd and sprouted moong sabzi ready to be served. Bottlegourd is high in fiber and a lot of micronutrients too. It's an excellent food for diabetics. Our next vegetable is easily anyone's guess. When you say diabetic vegetables, you immediately think of bittergourd or bitter melon as it is called. But we can make it very interesting and tasty too because it has got very good natural anti-diabetic properties. So here I have taken, we have about 250 grams of this bittergourd which I have washed and sliced into long pieces like this. If the seeds are tender, it can remain, but if they are very hard seeds and changed in color, then discard them. I have also added a little bit of salt and just mix it like this and kept it for about 10 minutes. Next, I have some water steaming here. Now we'll place these chopped bitter gourds in the steamer. Place this in the steamer and we'll steam it for about 5 to 6 minutes. Generally when people make bitter gourd, they fry it in a lot of oil and use a lot of masalas and spices, which is really not good because as you have been seeing, we have tried to use absolutely minimal oil in all our dishes and very reduced spices too, only things which are good for health. That is why I have steamed the bitter gourds first, then you will not require much oil to fry the vegetables and it will be tasty too. Bitter gourd has got naturally some chemicals which somewhat mimic insulin, thereby helping to control or reduce your blood sugar levels, and that is why it is recommended to take bitter gourd. Let's check our bitter gourd now. See, it has steamed well and softened also. We'll switch it off. Now I am just adding half a tablespoon of oil. Add some mustard seeds, urad dal, some jeera, a little bit of chana dal. This is one onion I have chopped finely. Turmeric powder. Remember, initially we added some salt before steaming the bitter gourd, so just another half or less than half teaspoon of salt. This is amchur powder or dry mango powder. It will add to the taste. And next I am going to add some dhania powder, that is coriander seed powder. Also some chili powder. Mix the masalas well, and when the onions are nice and translucent, then we can add in these steamed bittergourd pieces to it. Mix everything well together, onions, bittergourd and all the spices, and just allow it to cook for another 5 minutes more. Again, for this, if you use a heavy pan, your vegetable will taste very good. Cast iron pan. Cover it and just cook it for about 5 minutes more. Now let's open this and check. See, our bittergourd fry or bittergourd sabzi done very well. Now finally we just have one more step. This is 1 teaspoon of gram flour or besan. Just add it on top. Again mix everything well together and cook it for another 2 minutes. That's it. And your sabzi is ready. It is 2 to 3 minutes now, and our bittergourd sabzi is perfectly done. Very slightly tangy, slightly spicy with the chili powder, tangy with the amchur, that is the dry mango powder, the flavor of the onions, a lovely sabzi, and we are ready to serve it. Just top it up with a few fresh coriander leaves. This way, hopefully you will start enjoying the taste of bittergourd, because it is so very good for health. Tasty bitter melon or bittergourd sabji. You can have it with rice or with rotis too. Now our vegetable for day 7 is a favorite at home, and that is this Kundru, Kovakai, IvyGourd tindli. This is the vegetable. So I washed it well, just trimmed the edges and sliced it into long pieces like this. Again we'll use the same tip of first steaming the vegetable, so that we don't use a lot of oil in frying this. Otherwise people make it a fry using lot of oil. We'll avoid that. So I am placing it in my steamer. Water is boiling in the steamer. Now I am placing this chopped vegetables. We'll steam it for about 7 to 8 minutes. See, our Kundru or Kovakai is steamed well. First we'll take about 1/4 cup of raw peanuts and dry roast them. See, the groundnuts have roasted well. Now we'll remove it onto a plate. Allow it to cool down. When cool, just remove the peel and pulse them just for 20 or 30 seconds in your mixer. Next, heat a spoon of oil in a pan. Add some mustard seeds, urad dal, some cumin seeds, a little bit of hing. I am adding in 1 large onion which I have roughly chopped. Stir the onion. Add a few curry leaves. Add some turmeric powder, salt, chili powder, and again cook it till the onions become a little translucent. See, adding the salt helps the onions to cook faster. Next, add in this steamed vegetable and mix everything together. Keep your flame low. See, our IvyGourd or Kundru sabji is done well. We have also peeled this roasted peanut and just run it in the pulse mode of the mixie. So you can have few pieces like this, broken pieces, that will add to the crunch and taste of this sabzi. Mix it all well together once again. And your very tasty Kovakai or Kundru sabzi is ready. An excellent side dish both for rice as well as chapatis. We can serve it out now. Some people even like to add some fresh coconut to this. That is optional. So a great tasting Kundru sabzi ready for day 7. We are now ready with our 7 different vegetable curries suitable for diabetics. Raw banana curry, kottavarangai or cluster beans coot. This is lauki or Bottlegourd and sprouted gram sabzi. Bittergourd sabzi, Bhindi Fry or Okra. And this is Keerai Masial made with greens, totakura greens, and Kovakai, IvyGourd or Tindli sabzi. So the effort has been taken to make vegetables which will generally be easily available to you. Low carb vegetables, low calorie, so we don't include any starchy or tuber vegetables, and which have got very good nutritional benefits. Simple and easy to make recipes without using much of oil or a lot of masalas. Very simple recipes which can be easily made by anybody, and most importantly, a diabetic need not feel that he is missing out on tasty food. These vegetables can be made for the entire family. In fact, everybody can enjoy this as part of the menu, so that you don't feel left out or eating something different. These are all very tasty, made in a very healthy way of cooking. Also, I have made sure to include vegetables of low glycemic index, which again benefits such a diet. And of course, these can be used as accompaniments both for a South Indian meal or a North Indian meal, meaning you can have it either with rice or with rotis and chapatis. And one tip I'd like to give you: in any diabetic diet, try to use this plate method. Imagine this is your plate, then divide it into 4 quadrants like this. So 2 quadrants, that is 1/2 of your plate, should be filled with vegetables. Another 1/4, that is 1 quadrant, should be of protein, and the last remaining 1 quadrant you can have your carbohydrates. This way you will have a good diet. And definitely try to include some salads. I had shown you the sprouted moong, which you can easily store in your refrigerator. So try to satisfy your hunger pangs and fill your stomach with more number of vegetables and a good quantity of salad in every meal. You can make your salads interesting. Use the moong sprouts, add some cucumber to it, maybe some other roasted nuts, whatever you have at home, and enjoy your meals. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to Gita's Kitchen, and we'll meet again with another interesting episode from Gita's Kitchen. Healthy cooking. Thank you.